Quotes of the day on Lumen Christi TV. Today is the memorial of St Angela Merici. Angela was born in the small Italian town of Desenzano, Garda in Italy. Her parents died when she was 10, so she and her only sister, who was 3 years older, loved each other very much. A rich uncle took the girls into his home, and while still suffering from the loss of her parents, Angela's sister also died. The older girl died even before a priest could arrive to administer the last sacraments. Angela worried about her sister's soul, but Jesus revealed to her that her sister had been saved. Angela felt peace return to her own soul and thanked the Lord in prayer. She wanted to do something to show her gratitude, and so she promised to spend the rest of her life serving Jesus totally. She joined the secular Franciscan order when she was 15 and received a vision telling her that by her example, she would lead other holy women to God. In Crete, while on a pilgrimage to Holy Land, she was struck blind. Her friends wanted to return home, but she insisted on going on, visiting the shrines with as much devotion and enthusiasm as if she could see. On the way home, while praying before a crucifix, she got back her sight at the same place where it had been lost. When she was about 22, Angela began to notice that the children of her town knew little about their religion. Angela invited some of her girlfriends to join her in teaching religion classes. Angela's friends were anxious to help her with the children. At that time, there were no religious orders of teaching sisters. No one had ever thought of such a thing. St Angela Merici was the first to gather together a group of women to open schools for children. And so on the 25th day of November 1535, 28 young women offered their lives to God. It was the beginning of the Ursuline order. Angela placed the congregation under the protection of St. Ursula, and this is how they got their name. Ursulines is an order of nuns devoted to giving a Christian education to girls from poor families. The members continued to live at home. They had no special habits, and they took no formal vows, though the early rule prescribed the practice of virginity, poverty, and obedience. The idea of a teaching congregation of women was new and took time to develop. The community thus existed as a secular institute until some years after Angela's death. These women stayed in their own homes at first. Because of many difficulties, it was a long time before they could live together in a convent. Angela finally died on the 27th day of January in the year 1540, when her congregation was still in its beginning stages. Her trust in God had seen her through many hard tests in her lifetime, and there was no doubt in her mind that the Lord would take care of the mission she had begun. And so He did. The Ursuline sisters have now spread to many countries all over the world. The order continues its works for Jesus and His church, especially in the education of children and young adults. My dear friends, Angela has the double distinction of founding the first teaching congregation of women in the church and what is now called a secular institute of religious women. As a young woman, she became a member of the Third Order of St. Francis, now known as the Secular Franciscan Order. and lived a life of great austerity, wishing like St. Francis to own nothing, not even a bed. Early in life, she was appalled at the ignorance among poorer children whose parents could not or would not teach them the elements of religion. Angela's charming manner and good looks complemented her natural qualities of leadership. Others joined her in giving regular instruction to the little girls of their neighborhood. And as with so many saints, history is mostly concerned with their activities. But we must always presume deep Christian faith and love, in whose courage lasts a lifetime, and who can take bold new steps when human need demands it. St. Angela had a love full of action. Today, the Church invites us to emulate her heroic virtues. And so may the graces we so desire to offer God, a life of undivided love and service, be ours through the intercession of St. Angela. Amen. Thanks for staying with us. It's been Saints of the Day on Lumen Christi Television Network. Happy Feast Day to you all.